Hello, so this video is about um, do twin flames finally do twin flames eventually give up on the hope of reunion? So let's get into it. This might be a little bit deep, a little bit dark, but this is true in rare form. So the stages must be reached of giving up and therefore losing all hope of having a physical reunion with your twin flame at some point within the process. However, it is rare for someone to endure this stage as its progress of loneliness. Majority of people, they have truly met their true twin flame. Some have not. It could be seen clearly from questions that are constantly asked. So you see the physical body and mind, physical self, cannot alone endure such loneliness and despair for significant length of time or amount of time or period. Uh, this can be a form of spiritual crisis. Some may have unfortunate behaviors, like too much isolation. Isolation can make you have bad thoughts. And so you're on a journey to trying to find your twin, your soulmate, who you was aligned with in the universe at the beginning of both of y'all times. This energy is their spiritual self form, the core and the profound driven force in each of us, influencing our action, thoughts, behavior, and expressions. So some of y'all might feel compelled to worship your twin, like idolize your twin, like you idolize yourself or worship thyself. This is the instance of a spiritual awakening. This is one purpose of a twin flame encounter. A spiritual awakening is where you become aware and can feel or sense a spiritual presence within your physical life, like something is watching over you always, constantly. That feeling like something's always watching you. That's you believing that something is above you, watching you. A higher purpose is watching you. You may have reached the stage of logically knowing there is a higher power, but you must get to the next stage of feeling or sensing there is a higher presence. Usually this begins with sensing your twin flame energetically, but it must have moved beyond your twin flame. So it has to move outside of both of y'all. Both y'all have to come equally to agreement that, we are a twin flame. We might never really be separable, but we're separate. Like, meaning we're separate in this reality, but we're subconsciously together or consciously together in our minds. And we're able to create like any type of reality for ourselves within ourselves. You can also do this with your soul tribe. So soul tribe, the reason why there's a separation with soul tribes, maybe there's not enough of you or maybe there's not a spark for that soul tribe to form just yet. Not everybody is going to be aligned correctly with you and your timeline. Everybody has to do the work in order for all the timelines to come together. We got to work on our past, we got to work on our present, and we got to work on our future all at once, simultaneously, all together, so it can become one. It's going to get uncomfortable, but that uncomfortableness will guide you to the right path to your twin flame and your soul tribe. So start listening to spirit, because if you ignore spirit, spirit will come back at you and talk to you in many ways through form of picture, music, numerology, a reflection of other people projecting onto you what you're thinking in your mind. The more you keep ignoring the same thing, the same toxic behavior of self. Me and my twin flame got some rooted issues to solve before we can even think about coming together in reality. One might see the bigger picture, but one might be fear of the bigger picture. One might be scared of the other twin flame power, but in reality, it's just energy. In dimensions, it's just energy. It's just spirit. It's something that we are trying to avoid and not actually seek for ourselves. So while this is encountering you while you sense your twin flame on your journey from the spiritual gifts will surface. Once you understand and develop your spiritual gifts, then you may have the chance to have a successful physical union with your twin flame if this is your destiny. The year 2024 is the sign for twin flame reunion. Well, I think this is the year of 8, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's the year of 8. 8 is recognition year. Is recognizing oneself and learning that you can be a reflection of ourselves, something inside of us and something outside of us. 4 and 8, 2 and 4. If you're into numerology, a lot of times during the moments of when we was trying, or like when we were discovering our twin flame, we discovered them from the lower aspect of them. We didn't quite accept their lower selves, like how they did to us when they discovered us. Like I noticed that during the time when my twin flame was connecting to me, I can sense that I didn't want him in my presence. I was constantly fighting his energy all the time. Still fighting his energy most of the time when my reality isn't shifting the way it's supposed to. Because, like, me and him only knows the truth about our reality, that we're not with the right people, we're not in the right relationships, we're not with the right soul tribes, we're only surviving to make it till we fake it type of situation, robbed, killed, still. It's kind of like me and him are Bonnie and Clyde almost. And for a while, I tend to ignore him, not acknowledge him. And then every time I kept doing that, I kept suffering. I kept feeling guilty for not allowing him in my presence and not me being present with him when he needed me the most and when I needed him the most. It's about shadow work. It's about doing the work. Once you recognize that both of y'all was in the wrong and you was in, once you acknowledge your mistake first and he acknowledge his, or she, vice versa, then it can be a beautiful reunion. It can coexist the way it's supposed to. Because it was like the whole entire time, me and him, we was just fighting, being mad, angry at each other, messing up both of our reality, both of our timeline, messing up both of our blessings, stealing both of our destiny. And I just got tired. I laid down my weapons and said, hey, enough is enough. I love you unconditionally, like I do. I genuinely do. Even in moment of times when I hate you. But I don't truly hate you. I only hate that the fact that you get to see a version of me that I don't want you to see. But then again, you know what? It's life. I have to let somebody see all of me. I can't hide. I'm tired of hiding. And I noticed that I don't really fit in my realm, in my timeline, in this realm. So I'm a little off balance. So of course I'm gonna need a Libra or like Pisces maybe to balance me out, to help me coexist. But I don't know. I don't really truly know who my twin flame is. And they don't really know me either. They don't know this particular version of me, the down the earth type version, not the self sabotage, uh, scapegoat. Every time situation happens, I tend to escape and not fix it. But I learned that removing myself out of the situation and try to put myself as a third point of view person kind of helps me to guide me how to fix my situation. I'm not really escaping it. I'm never abandoning none of my realities. I'm actually trying to fix it so that when there comes a moment, a particular time that I need to go back to a certain timeline, those doors are open for me. And I use these lessons, I use these life lessons to help me gain content. Like, I'm not just starting trouble for no reason. I'm not just having chaos for no reason. I'm actually trying to solve chaos so I can, you know, keep on living, I guess. And I understood why, like, you didn't want to come to me just quite yet. I get it. I'm a lot to handle. You're a lot to handle. Your twin flame is going to be a lot to handle if you don't start handling yourself, your own energy. I couldn't recognize my own energy either. If everybody else didn't quite see me just yet, just imagine being neglected and ignored all your life, not being seen, not being heard, always being taken advantage of, or allowing others to take advantage of you, or allowing yourself to be a doormat. I don't know if that was my choice when that I came in with when I first rose up, or now that I'm seeing it, I'm uncomfortable with it, and I'm trying to change it. because I'm tired of just keep wanting to change myself. I'm losing myself and also gaining myself again. It's all about getting lost and being found. You can't you cannot just ignore yourself for not being lost. You can't ignore it. You know you lost. Stop pretending that you're not. We're all lost. Time doesn't feel exactly how time feels, so therefore we all cannot be where we're supposed to be with our twin flame because of time. Because we are not doing the work. And we need to in order to bring back time. But that's all I have to say in this video. Sorry for my life, I guess. I mean, I'm sorry, but then I'm not. I'm sorry, but yeah, let me not be petty. I'm just gonna say I'm sorry. That's all. Okay.